Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. So we done this verse yesterday, the English of it. خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف وأعرض عن الجاهلين. That خذ العفو, hold on to forgiveness and continue commanding with good. وأعرض, and turn away from those people who are indifferent towards you. In other words, the essence, it was quite a lengthy explanation, but the essence of all of it was that look here, you do good to the people who do bad. That was one explanation. No matter how they treat you, you still treat them good. And then the other explanation was this here, that do not expect too much from the people. When they do the basics, is good enough. Yes, with regards to yourself, expect the best. Right? وَأَمُرْ بِالْعُرْفِ, you continue commanding good, advising good, etc. وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ, and turn away from the ignorant people. In other words, you continue doing your work, whether they are receptive or they're not receptive. You will be an alim in a community. You will be an appa, a muallima in the community. You are a mother in your household. You are a granny. You are an auntie. Doesn't mean that's only referred to a person who is in a leadership position. Each and every single person, they are in leadership positions. So they must continue advising with good and continue. Do not become disheartened. Do not come, like how we say, Nuh alayhi salam said, قال رب إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا فلم يزدهم دعائي إلا فرارا. So the next verse that is linked to that, خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف وأعرض عن الجاهلين, is وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله إنه سميع عليم. And if you are stricken with a strike from the shaitan, seek refuge with Allah Ta'ala. Surely He is all hearing and all knowing. Understood it? So وإما ينزغنك, even نزغ من الشيطان, وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ, if you struck with a thought from shaitan sometimes cause you to want to do something wrong, he wants you to become despondent, he wants you to become negative, etc. So, and if you are stricken with a strike from the shaitan, seek refuge with Allah Ta'ala, surely is all hearing and all knowing. So this verse 2 is really a complement of the subject taken up in the first verse. This is a continuation of the first verse which we discussed, forgiveness, tolerance, etc., which instructs that the error made by the unjust and ignorant should be forgiven, and the evil done by them should not be answered by counting evil. So remember in the previous verse we said somebody do something bad, something evil, you don't pay them back with that. The lofty character of Rasulullah was that he paid back bad with good, right? This is a heavy duty. In fact, doing something like this is most irksome and hard on the human temperament, particularly on occasions such as this, that the shaitan is there to coax someone very normal into anger and somehow get his client get his client all set to fight. So he's saying it's the normal nature of mankind. It's a normal nature of man when you are wronged, when you are abused, etc., that you want to repay that evil with evil. Right? And shaitan will tempt you and he will coax you to do that. But you should not give in to the whisperings of shaitan. You should be strong. Therefore, in the second verse, it has been suggested that in case emotions of anger seem to be flaring up on sudden occasion where your patience is under test, one should promptly figure out that this instigation is coming from the shaitan. It has a standard treatment. And what is the standard treatment when you feel you are coming under the influence of shaitan? Is first, is billah. It appears in the hadith that two men were quarreling before the Holy Prophet, and one of them was getting out of control in his fit of anger. He looked at him and said, I know some words which if this person were to say it, his rage will go away. So two people were arguing when the Nabi said, I know some words that if they recite these words, these people here, the anger will dissipate. I know some words which if this person were to say, his rage will go away. Then he said, here is the words, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge with Allah Ta'ala from shaitan the accursed. When this person heard the Holy Prophet reciting it, he immediately said it after him. suddenly his anger was all gone. His anger all went away. An unusual coincidence. At this stage, the great Tafseer Ibn Katheer, which we are doing, has written about an unusual coincidence. He said there are three verses in the Holy Quran that appear as an embodiment of high moral teaching. If you look at the whole Quran, there are three verses that speak about the most lofty character, right? And all three of them conclude with the need to seek refuge from the shaitan. So every verse from the three verses that speaks about high, noble, lofty character, it ends off with seeking protection from shaitan. One of these is this very verse of Surah Araf. We are talking about the second one is the following verse of Surah Mu'minun. idfa billati hi ahsan. السيئة نحن أعلم بما يصفون وقل رب أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بك رب أن يحضرون. Repel the evil with what is good. We know best what they keep saying, and you say, Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you against the urgings of shaitan. And oh my Lord, I seek refuge with you from that they be with you. See this one which says, idfa'il hasanata bisayya, that pay back bad with good. There also it says, وَقُلْ رَبِّ أَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ هَمَذَاتِ الشَّيَطَانِ. Then the third verse appears in Surah Hamim As-Sajda, which says, ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم وما يلقاها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقاها إلا ذو حظ عظيم. Again, وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله. And good and bad deeds are not equal. What does this verse say? Good and bad deeds are This verse says, good and bad deeds are not equal, right? And repel that which is better, whereupon he whom and repel that which is better, whereupon he between whom you have enmity will be as if he's a fast friend, right? So repel with كأنه ولي حميم, or so repel the bad with good as though that person is your friend, right? And this quality is granted to none but those who observe patience. So this quality where you pay back bad with good, only the patience will Allah Ta'ala give them this. And this quality is granted none who is endowed with, and this quality is only, and this quality is granted to none but he who is endowed with a great fortune. And if you are stricken with a strike from shaitan, then seek refuge. So all three of these verses, it speaks about this lofty high character. It all is concluded with what? With seeking protection from shaitan. So see, in these three verses, instruction has been given to forego your own right and forgive people who incite anger, to return evil with good, and along with it to seek refuge from shaitan. This tells us that the shaitan takes special interest in human quarrels. So this shows you here that when the people are fighting, arguing, shaitan has got a vested interest there. Give them any opportunity where a quarrel is on. The shaitans converge on it as their favorite hunting ground. So when there's fighting, quarreling, shaitan is the first one to capitalize. He's the first one to make capital out of it, right? No matter how sedate and forbearing someone happens to be, they'll still incite him into anger and try to make them cross the limits. This is the treatment for it. When a person sees his anger is getting out of control, he should know that shaitan is winning against his better self. He then turn to Allah Ta'ala and seek refuge with him. This makes noble character, this noble trait of character flourishes at their best. Therefore, additional stress has been laid on the need to seek the protection of Allah Ta'ala and shaitan in the third. So shaitan, he always wants to incite, he wants to inflame, and he wants to make capital out of where there's a dispute. So Allah Ta'ala teaches us here, how do we counter this promptings of shaitan, etc., etc. The way we the way we counter this is by reciting أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Okay, read the verse. يَخُذِ الْأَلْفَ وَأْمُرْ. Yusuf, read. So remember this now, when maybe you as an alim, a marriage counselor, people will come to you They will speak to you about their marital problems. They will speak to you about disputes, argumentation, etc. So, yeah, what the Quran is teaching us, that whenever you feel that the situation is getting out of hand, when you feel that you are coming under the influence of shaitan, then you say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillah. قال ابن عباس خذ ما عفا لك من أموالهم وما أتوك به من شيء. Right. So خذ ما عفا لك. Take that which has been عفا لك, permitted for you from the wealth. Right? وما أتوك به, and what that which they come to you with it, min shay'in, so something, فخذه, to then take it. In other words, the sadaqahs, etc. that they bring, take it, right? Right. Remember, we told you there's two explanations. One is to forgive, and the other explanation we told you is what is that accept the lesser degree of ibadat from them, or the lesser degree. Do not expect a very high standard. So here's the third explanation. خذ ما عفا لك. Take that which عفا لك. How I translated this now? Take that which is permissible for you from the wealth. وما أتوك به, and which they came to you from it, then take it. Right? Carry on. وَمَنْ انْتَهَتْ إِلَيْهِ صَدَقَاتُهُ. So this is saying, وَكَانَ هَذَا قَبْلَ أَنْ تَنْزِلَ بَرَاءَةُ فَرَائِضِ الصَّدَقَاتِ وَتَفْصِيلًا. So this, whatever sadaqah they take and they bring to you, that you must distribute to the poor, take it. Do not be very, very fussy with it, etc. This was before, and all the laws of the faraz sadaqah was revealed before, like you must give so much, 2.5%, etc., etc. وتفصيلها وما انتهت إليه صدقات وتعدى الصدقات related to. Carry on. Right. So what the haqq means, أنفق الفضل, spend the extra, right? So Abdul Rahman ibn Aslam say, what does this mean? This أمره الله بالعفو والصفح عن المشركين 10 سنين, that Allah Ta'ala had commanded Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to be بالعفو والصفح, to be patient, to be forbearing, to be forgiving to the mushrikeen for 10 years, right? That in the initial stage of Islam, do not be hard upon them, take it easy with them, right? Right. ثم أمره بالغلظة. Then after 10 years, now he was commanded now to be stern with them, right? واختار هذا القول ابن جرير, and Ibn Jarir also took this. So this is what it means. خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف عن الجاهلين. That for the first, while you are still propagating in the initial stages of Islam, etc., you are soft. Like how, when a new student comes to the madrasa, initially you're not so strict with him because he's new, he's not aware of all the laws, etc., etc. But now, as he settles in, you expect more from him. You expect a higher degree from him, right? Carry on. So وقال غير واحد عن more than one mufassir narrate from Moosagie. He said, "Wal afwa" means, right? What it means, qala? Yeah, it means khud al-afwa means khud al-afwa, be easy min akhlaqi nasi, with regard to the character of the people and actions min ghairi tajassusin, without probing deep. It's just accept everything sarsari torba, right? وفي صحيح البخاري عن عبد الله بن الزبير yeah. So in Bukhari Sharif, narrating authority of Abdullah ibn Zubayr said, Inna ma anzala, the very after the reveal, khudil afwa, take the easy part, means min akhlaqi nasi, from the character of the people. Wa fi riwayatin an Abi Zubair, and in another riwayat of Abu Zubair, khudil afwa qala min akhlaqi nas. Right, be easy with regards to the character of the people. Right, min akhlaqi nasi, wallahi. Right, carry on. أخذ لآخذنه منهم ما صحبتهم, that I will take it from them as long as you are with them. In other words, that I will not take them to task, right? So this is the most famous explanation, that be easy with them. Allah Ta'ala will accept it from them. Do not be hard with them, right? لما أنزل الله عز وجل. Okay, let's stop there. Mana is here now. So now it's Mishkat 2, inshallah. We'll continue tomorrow, inshallah. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanallah.